Last time on MJ Sailing, we left the island of Fayal to make the overnight sail to the harbor of Angra in Terceira. Although the evening was absolutely perfect, our morning arrival left us with misty skies as we navigated the rocky entrance. Waiting for us, though, a set of friends from Indiantown that we hadn't seen in over a year. Today, Matt and I are doing some errand running out and about in the town of Angra, trying to take care of some things that we've been putting off for a while. I really need to get new contact lenses. I have 2 more sets that I can go through before I'm all out, and what happened actually is, so just before we left Michigan, when I still had insurance, I got a year supply of daily contacts, and I have been wearing them for a week instead of a day. And so my 1-year supply has lasted nearly 7 years. I go through them a little bit faster sometimes. But now that's coming to an end, and I have a pair of glasses, but they're the kind that I got off of the websites where you can buy them really cheap, and it has no nose pads, and so they're constantly just sitting down here. So those aren't the best option for a backup if I run out. So we're gonna go around here and see if you do in fact need a prescription to get contact lenses, if they have any in stock. Or possibly even LASIK, because I had my friend Dan did it a few months ago and it really worked out well for him. So now that we're in Europe and things are a bit more affordable, we'll see if that can be an option for me too. So I was able to luck out with getting the contact lenses here. We just popped into an optometrist, which are everywhere in these streets, and I asked if you needed to have a brand new eye exam to get prescription contact lenses, and luckily you do not. So just started myself out right now with 1 box of daily lenses again. Should last me a couple months until we could decide if I want to do LASIK. And I got a really good brand of solution, which, since I'm wearing my contact lenses longer than I should, it keeps them really clean and fresh. So at least if I'm wearing them 7 times longer than I should, the solution should keep them as fresh as possible. So we'll see how it goes.
Man, look how fast the growth was on this. Look how big the rings are.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's not even that old. Jessica working hard as always. At least this time she's not in front of her computer editing. She's actually outside seeing things. It's a rare sighting nowadays.
For those that have been following our travels for a really long time, when we first started out with the blog, when we left Michigan, I think we talked about how we're big city people. We stayed for a bit in Manhattan and absolutely loved it. And then we've slowly gotten out to more isolated places and fallen in love with just kind of the solitude. So now that we're back in a city again, Porta was kind of one, but this is really our first big city, and I don't know how long. You love it for a bit, you love the hustle and bustle in the buildings, but then it's kind of nice to still be able to escape. We've been looking. So it's really nice here in Angra, right in the center of the city. They have this beautiful botanical garden, just kind of an oasis except for the jackhammers going. It's kind of like our wedding. It was in a botanical garden with jackhammers as they were doing construction. But wow, this is just an amazing spot. We kept hearing from everybody, if you come to Angra, make sure to hit the gardens. And it's just so peaceful, and there's so many birds everywhere and waterfalls. And I think that pigeon wants to mate with me.
There's mating pigeons everywhere.
There's mating pigeons. So even though we have the big city right outside, I actually hate to say it's getting older for us quicker than we thought, so at least this spot is here. Unfortunately, we won't be staying as long as we hope because we have to take the first weather window weekend to Ireland, but at least we know as long as we're here, just a great spot to come and relax. If I could get Matt into picnics, it's probably a spot we picnic at, but he's not a fan of
I don't picnic. This is a relaxing spot though, isn't it?
It's very relaxing. I feel like if I had time to read a book, I would read it here.
It's kind of like a small Central Park type thing.
More botanical.
Yeah. Lots of trees, beautiful flowers, well kept. Bunch of paired off mating birds.
Or one's trying to mate.
We're trying to mate. Seems to be in the air right now.
My gosh, this park just keeps going and going. We got to one end and then there's another level. So we went up it and then there's these stairs that keep leading up, and every time we go up a level, it's just better and better views. And as Matt said, what we really miss is just the sound around us of leaves rustling in the wind. Don't really get that much when you're parked out on a sailboat in a harbor, so these are the nice parts of being back on land.
This thing's not even remotely accurate. The one is saying Washington, D.C. is northeast. Rio de Janeiro is about right. Toronto is fairly correct. Rome is apparently in Russia. Washington, D.C. looks like it's probably Ireland, Norway, somewhere around there. Yeah, so don't use these as a map.
But what do you think of the park overall?
Oh my gosh, this is such a pretty place. They did a great job with tiers going up this hill, up this mountain type of thing. So you get these framed views around the trees between the different harbors, the forts. We have one here, there's one over this direction as well. The bay that we're in is right this area. Another bay further behind me. Another bay that direction is just unreal view from this area. All nice and clear, beautifully maintained park. Very, very nice.
And with some of the free time we have between boat work, which seems to be eating up a lot of our days, we were thinking about hiking Monte Brasil back there. And I'm sure there's great views and the smell of like trees. We do miss that, but I have to say, this might top it. I don't know. We'll see if we can do both, fit both in, but this was not a bad way to spend our afternoon. Definitely not a waste. and we are off for a new adventure.
Going spelunking.
Kinda, yeah. We're gonna go coasteering.
Coasteering.
C-O-A-S, coast. Earring.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna jump off a bunch of shit.
So while looking for things to do while we're in Terceira, which seems to be like an adventure island, tons of stuff you can do here, came across a company called Rope Adventures, and they do tons of different activities around the island. Originally we wanted to do one called canyoning, like where you do these hikes through mountains and kind of like rappel down canyons and waterfalls, but apparently we're in the dry season, so all these pockets of water that are the interesting part to go through kind of dried up for the moment. So we are doing their most popular adventure, which is the coasteering. And they're going to put us in 5mm wetsuits and helmets and big boots. And we're going to walk along the coast and jump in the water and do some snorkeling. So once again, we're going to hop on the bus and head to the eastern end of the island, where we will meet up with Rope Adventures. And then they're going to take us to our location.
So those are your shoes.
Yep, getting outfitted for some extreme sports. Obrigada. Yeah, good. It's good. It's good. Very nice. Stay nice and warm.
That's good.
Yeah, it should be a little faster.
That's for this one.
So you ready for this, Cornell?
I am totally ready for this. I was born for this.
That's the right attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you ready for this?
Watch my wife fall off a cliff and die. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
So I'm gonna be heavily padded.
Yep.
The ocean. We're still a bit far away, but we are going to get equipped here, and then we hike. Okay? Yeah.
Perfect.
So.
Right. Time to get equipped in all of our hiking gear, and then
Bad sound.
yeah, then this camera is gonna have to stay, the one I'm using right now, in the van, because it can't go in the water as we snorkel around. So this is gonna be the only guy that we can take with us, and the sound quality is horrible, so don't expect a lot of talking for the rest of the video. Probably lots of captions and lots of music, but let's get geared up. Matt's all geared up.
I'm following the guides.
Super stylish.
Yeah.
And it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, but that's okay because we're gonna get wet anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking stylish, Jess.
All geared up now. Got like my knee pads because I'm apparently gonna like rip them all up. My cool hiking shoes,
Yeah.
jacket,
Hopefully this isn't the last recording of Jessica.
and most important part, oh, but I'm missing the helmet.
Yeah.
That I will need, so.
Yes, you will.
Cool, let's get started. Well, it looks like we've gotten to the beginning of the trail for canyoneering, or for the beginning of coasteering. Everybody's getting the rest of their gear on, helmets, gloves, life jackets, and I'm assuming that we're going to be jumping off this cliff behind me, so let the fun begin. You ready for this?
man.
After learning a few basic jumps from our guides, we moved up to different staged heights for the real fun of coasteering. Starting off at 3 meters, we'd jump into the water one by one and climb our way back up. As we got up to 5 meters, they had us try jumping in with our eyes closed, which made this relatively short fall feel like an eternity. Every person in our group was having a tremendous time and couldn't wait for the next turn to catapult themselves into the water again. At the end of the session, we were exhilarated, just a little cold, but so thrilled for the opportunity to enjoy just a little more adventure on this island. And we made it back alive.
Over there.
And that's a little stuffy.
Yep. I think I took all that water.
Okay.
Half the ocean on my nose. Last jump.
You want help?
We need that water, please.
And now the workout comes in getting your wetsuit off.
Yeah.
Ah, yes!
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, now you got. So how'd you do?
I didn't do the last jump.
Wimp.
I know. But I got to go down like the cool little cave. And
Yeah, that actually looked really cool with the
Yeah.
tide coming in.
so I got to like ride the tide out, except for I didn't time it well. And then swam back. Different experience in boots. Fins make it a little bit easier, but that was really cool. Water was just full of krill. Kind of like waiting for a whale to come by any second. So it's a really good time. Georgie Cat's just a little disappointed that we're leaving her yet again.
Yep, and she can't go sit outside.
No.
We gotta
like,
keep you safe.
Guys, there's so much to do out there.
We're in the Azores. I wanna go run up volcanoes.
I know, Kat, we are having way too much fun without you, and I'm sorry.
Yep. She's like, there's so much fish around here that I could be eating. Why am I not eating more fish?
Where to go, huh? Yeah. Oh, she, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Lima. Right now we are on a little tour of Terceira. Carlos and his son Timmy have come to get us to bring us back to their home where his girlfriend Marta is cooking lunch right now. But since we have a little extra time while she's preparing stuff, we're just kind of driving around and stopping at the different sites, which is great because it's exactly what Matt and I have been trying to do here. And first we stopped at this really nice lookout at the top of one of the neighboring towns to Angra and got to see see all the beautiful hillsides. We can kind of see São Jorge in the distance. And now we are at one of the natural pools again, which Matt and I just love about these islands. We think they're the coolest things, and we still have yet to go swimming in one, but we'll see. Oh, and we also have Lima, the dog, hanging out with us, so Matt's getting his dog fix. He's super happy about it.
It's sad. It's like my favorite thing is having a dog. So
Just about boat size too.
I know, and this one.
Coasteering now.
Aw. Yeah, that balcony looks nice.
What a beautiful spot.
It was an incredibly nice gesture for Oscar and Marta to invite us to their beautiful home for lunch. But since they were a little camera shy, we did try to keep our filming shorter than normal and just let ourselves enjoy the experience.
Start fixing the aluminum box.
Yeah, that's what we then
So we've got a plate
working
of
on
local Azorean cheeses in front of us with some local breads too. And so far it's been really good. Everyone can keep talking, you don't have to.
you got to try this.
I know.
It's like a sweet.
And Matt just dumped some sweet bread on my plate. Oh, really good.
Okay.
Making a traditional Azorean lunch, Marta had cooked up 2 of the fish Oscar had caught the day before and served them with salad, rice, and potatoes. Every item was to die for. So we've finished our amazing lunch with Carlos and Marta and just kind of spent some time hanging out on their patio looking at the sea views. Turns out there's about the only place on the island that has a nice little boardwalk, and it's right in front of their house going alongside the sea. So we're just taking a late afternoon stroll with the kids and the dog, and the sun is out and it's warm and it's just gorgeous and perfect. And if we were to ever buy land here, I think they did find the perfect spot on the island because it's just to die for. What started as a chance encounter when Oscar saw our boat as he was passing through the marina has now turned into a wonderful friendship and the chance to immerse ourselves even more in the Azores. We feel so lucky for the opportunities when someone who was a stranger reaches out, lets us into their lives, and then leaves as a good friend. We just had the harbor master or dock master come knock on our boat a few minutes ago, and it turns out that the spot we're in belongs to someone else. We knew this when we arrived. They were just on vacation to another island for a few weeks, and we thought that our weather window to Ireland would have come by this point, so we definitely were not still expecting to be here. So now this guy has arrived and we're in his spot, and they can't find another place to put us because apparently there's a regatta coming in the next day or two and everything's going to fill up. So they're kind of scrambling around right now trying to move a bunch of people around, hopefully not just for us. But we may end up having to take the boat to anchor, but regardless we're going to have to leave the slip today, so hopefully we can squeeze out of this tiny space. Well, we heard back from the harbor master this morning, and because of the regatta that's coming and all the boats that are coming, we can't really find a long-term slip to fit our boat. In the Azores, especially in this marina, we're one of the larger boats at 37 feet. I'd say pretty much all of the local boats here are 32 or under. So a lot of the slips are kind of like tight and meant for smaller boats. We were pretty oversized in the one we were in originally. So they came back and they offered us a slip for a day, and with our experience of getting out of Horta and how hard it is to maneuver, like with the currents and the winds against you, and they're just like never really in our favor the way that we were in the marina there. We didn't want to have to try and maneuver out of our slip today. We could get into the next slip probably just fine, but then getting out of it again tomorrow was just going to be way too big of a pain in the ass. So if you can tell behind me, we're back at anchor again for the first time in about 6 weeks. So it's actually really nice just to feel the swing of the boat again. It already feels like the pace of life is just more relaxed out there when we're at the marina because we had access to everything. I kind of felt like we always had to be going somewhere or doing something, which is completely different than the lifestyle that we've gotten used to just hanging around on the boat in the Caribbean. So take advantage of this for a few days. I'm going to do something I haven't done since we arrived to the Azores, and that is enjoy a cup of coffee out in the cockpit. So we will be keeping an eye on the weather, see if anything for us to make that jump to Ireland comes up, or maybe we'll be doing some more island hopping. So we'll just we'll have to see, because right now we have no idea what we're gonna do. Oh, and I forgot to add that it is beautiful out today. The sun is out. We don't have those dark clouds looming in the distance. It's probably about 27 degrees out. I've got a tank top and shorts on, which I thought I was gonna have to pack away and never see again as we go north. So yeah, I am really, really enjoying being at anchor right now and just kind of like watching all the people at the beach and just sitting out and enjoying the sunshine again. Feels like it's been forever.
Join us for the next episode of MJ Sailing, where we find we still don't have the right winds to make it to Ireland yet, so we sail to the island of Azores instead. In the harbor of Velash, we reunite with our friends on Calico Skies, and even get back in the water to see what kind of treasures this area has to offer.
Where are we headed?
So we just came back from hanging out with Oscar and the crew and drove into town, and there's a white party going on. The whole city center, the whole main streets all shut down. Awesome looking. So we're going to a Portuguese white party, whatever that is. But I'm wearing white. Jess isn't.
So we don't really know what's going on tonight, but Marta told us there was a white party going on in town. And then our other friend, Carlos, just said that he was going to be in town tonight for a party. But when Oscar was driving us back from a tour of the island, there was just hordes and hordes of people walking down the street all in white. And the streets that lead to the marina from the main center are all blocked off, and the lights are blazing, and there's just tons of people out. So we're gonna go check it out. So we got a few people in white here, man?
Just a few, except for one party pooper. Yeah. But everyone else is properly representing the white party.
Pessoal, quem só vai tanto connosco é mesmo a última. Muito obrigado por terem estado aí com a gente. Thank you very much. Well, I'm so in love, and it's plain to see.